You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is BMORE Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? It's me, Lady T, and this is BMORE Lifestyle from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. Now, we got a lot to cover today, so let's get to it. Meteorologist Ashley Kramlick is here with us, along with our very own Tara Reeves and my girl, Persia Nicole from 92Q. Oh, and she wore the cheetah just for me, okay? Well, good morning. Oh, wait, good morning, ladies. It's Ladies' Day. Tara, you know this is our favorite day, Ladies' Day. Can I get a raise on the roof real quick?
It is our favorite day.
Yes, I'm so happy that, we even got Ashley to do it. Did you guys see that? So okay, let's get started. Let me tell you, when it comes to employment, the pandemic appears to be affecting women more than men. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says 865,000 women have dropped from the workforce within the past month, compared with 216,000 men who have done the same. The report also finds minority women have had an even higher disadvantage, with unemployment rates for Black women over 4% higher than white women. According to the National Women's Law Center, only half of the millions of women's jobs lost during the early days of the pandemic have returned. Let's chat. So more women are actually unemployed during this pandemic. Tara, start me off. What do you think?
This is honestly saddening to me. I think in the world of technology, we're constantly evolving in terms of jobs. So I think as women, we just need to try and overcome this, reinvent ourselves, and maybe try and find other ways to maybe make money virtually, like we are currently through Zoom, and trying to still continue BMORE Lifestyle.
Right, exactly. Persia, weigh in.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that right now is the perfect time for us as women to figure out the next steps with us and rediscover ourselves and figure out, what we can do and recognize our power, because we are so powerful. So this is the perfect time for us to sit back, take a seat, and say, all right, this is what we're going to do.
Right. We got to figure out our next moves right now. Ashley, what do you think?
I was actually reading an article, and it was stating how families are really affected during this, and more women are actually being forced to stay home with the kids during all of this, because, a lot of schools have not gone back. So that was also interesting. So I wonder if that also has something to do with it, with more moms having to maybe quit their jobs, or maybe even potentially lose their jobs due to their kids having to stay home during the pandemic.
Right, those are some disturbing facts. Now moving on, we're going to talk about working women, okay? Exotic dancers are now accepting tips via Venmo as strip clubs go virtual. Employees at Los Angeles Jumbo's Clown Room charges $20 for a virtual show. Ooh, that's cheap. And this can allow them to still work and make money during the time of the pandemic. Let's say they say this lets them take the power back to survive during the pandemic. So are we for this, ladies? You know what? I'm gonna start off with my girl, Persia. Tell me, how do you feel? Virtual strip clubs.
Listen, make your money how you know how to make your money. I didn't know how this pandemic was going to pan out for me. I might have been right over there at Jumbo with the ladies right there. I'm not going to lie. I might have been right there, okay? But I'm not mad at it.
You're right.
We all were, we have to figure out different ways to make money. There you go.
Yeah, that's so true. Tara, what do you think?
It's definitely interesting. I'm with Persia. I mean, however you can make money, reinvent ourselves. So maybe that will take the women who are unemployed, give them more business once again. It kind of reminds me of maybe some like YouTube videos. I don't know if you ever played Sims, but there's some like things on the Sims where I'm like, you could just buy Sims and it would virtually be for free.
Ooh, okay, Ashley, I just want to know, what do you think about my new stripper name that's going to be Caramel Drop?
I like that a lot. I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, I wonder if this is going to be the new normal, because who knows how long coronavirus is going to be a thing.
Right.
So I wonder if this is the way we're heading. I don't know.
Ooh, okay, we might be heading this direction. Okay, Caramel Drop, and y'all got to come up with your own names. I can't work for everybody, okay?
I'm the Persian kitty. I'm going to be the Persian kitty.
Ooh, the Persian kitty. I like it.
I love it.
I love it. Oh, you better copyright it quick, girl. All right, moving on. Let me tell you, in South Carolina, it's now required to have an eyewitness sign your vote by mail ballot. The Supreme Court yesterday reinstated the requirement for November's election. Democrats hope to put the requirement on hold due to the pandemic. Voters have already started returning their ballots. The court ruled if any ballots cast before the court's action may not be rejected. What do you think about this? Having a witness sign your mail-in ballot? Tara, start me off.
somewhat agree with it. I do understand it's more of that government legal red tape, but then, I mean, every year during every election, and who knows how much weighted truth there is to this, they're like, okay, deceased people voted this many times, prisoners voted this many times. So I do feel like it is a freedom and a right to be able to vote, but then we also want to do it legally.
Right, that's true. Ashley, what do you think?
I mean, it's interesting. I think everyone should get out there and vote. It's interesting that if you did this before,
right,
that your vote's not going to be rejected. But so say you send it in now, it's if you didn't have a witness, it would be rejected. So it's interesting. I don't know. Maybe they should have waited.
Right.
I don't know.
was thinking that too. Okay, Persia, tell me what you think.
Yeah, I think this is a very critical time for us. It's one of our biggest elections, you know, and I think we all have to get out there and vote. Now, to say that you have somebody to come in and they're your witness, who's to say they're not going to be as shady as you are, though?
Right. How you know they're not in on the con? How you know?
You tell me no. So, I don't know.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. And viewers, we want you to tell it. Do you think Maryland should have witnesses sign the ballot? Let us know. Head to foxbaltimore.com/vote and tell us. Or go on the Fox 45 News app. Under Explore, you can find the spot to vote. At the end of the show, we're going to see what everybody thinks. Dolly Parton's 75th birthday is coming up in January, and she's considering a big return. How she plans to celebrate. There's also something happening in the swamps of Louisiana. Next, a look at a new show on the CW Baltimore, Swamp Thing.
You're watching BMORE Lifestyle.
Something unnatural is happening in the swamps of Louisiana, and the CDC is aware. But no, it's not another bizarre 2020 occurrence. It's the new CW Network series, Swamp Thing, and lead actors Crystal Reed and Virginia Madsen are here to tell us all about it. Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. So as a viewer, this show can be pretty intense and actually scary. Were there any moments filming that gave you legitimately a good scare?
I think just being on the set and being in the swamp, which we made on set, was something to me that was so fascinating that I wasn't ever really terrified. It was more of just like just a fascination with how it was possible to make a set in a stage. So for me, it wasn't necessarily scary. And also a lot of our stunts were practical, which a lot of people don't do nowadays. And that was awesome to see, you know, all the puppeteers. And I'm a particular huge horror fan, so it takes a lot for me to be afraid. So I don't know if it was just me. I don't know, Virginia, if you were ever scared.
Well, I was scared when you and I had to fight, but I don't want to make
Yes.
Like you're a badass, man, and you're like, dude, doing all your own stunts, and I just was, we were doing this one thing together, and I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get hurt. And you were like, Virginia, I know what I'm doing. And I was like, oh, okay, excellent. And you did. You were really, so no, I didn't have any moments of terror. It was pretty creepy on some of our locations when the real life fog would roll in and we'd be shooting late at night, and you know, we'd be on the water, and but no, they kept us all very safe.
So how did you get the feeling of being more in like a swampy marsh in Louisiana while filming in North Carolina?
Well, there are actually a lot of swamps in North Carolina. And I think originally we were set to film there, to film in the swamp. And then something might have happened, I believe, with the insurance. So they ended up building a swamp. But a lot of our exterior shots were shot on an actual swamp in this park. And it was really beautiful. And I feel like they did a really good job sort of making it look like Marais. Yeah.
Really interesting.
It was, but also when you think about it, like you can't put actors like in an actual swamp, because there are swamp things that are like, there's alligators and snakes, and you know, there's things that are deadly in an actual swamp. So we could be part of the time in the real swamp, and then when anyone had to be submerged, especially Derek, who plays our swamp thing, you know, they needed to have a more controlled environment for safety.
Yeah. Awesome. Virginia, Crystal, thank you so much. And of course, we can't wait to watch the premiere of Swamp Thing.
Thank you.
A local designer lands a big campaign across the pond. Next, she shares her story of how she was selected. Also, Whitney Houston's hologram won't be used on TV anytime soon. The issues her family saw with the hologram just ahead in Spilling the Tea.
This is BMORE Lifestyle.
Oh, I'm excited about our next guest. A Baltimore art teacher finds her voice in the pages of British Vogue and Vanity Fair magazines. She graduated from Maryland Institute College of Art and is paving the way for other fashionistas. Jordan Mathews joins me now. Hey, Jordan girl. How you doing?
Hey, Tiffany.
Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to have you on. So tell me about the work that you did in British Vogue magazine and Vanity Fair. Tell me.
So one day I checked my email and I saw I had an email from the people at Vogue saying that I would be perfect for an ad campaign that they were doing. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think it was real at first until I like looked it up and everything, and it was real. And they saw my work online and they wanted to put it in the magazine.
Oh my goodness. Now, what are you wearing? Like, describe to me what you're wearing in the magazine. What was it?
Oh, in the magazine, I made this green tulle dress with like these hand-painted flowers all over it. Another one, I had this, no, not that one, this basketball bag.
Yes.
And like a few of the hand-painted pieces I made, and like, you know, like tulle is my favorite and I love glitter, so I had to incorporate that too.
Okay, so what do you call your line? Tell me.
It's called Swank. And Swank is like my hand-painted fabric that I came up with when I was in college. I wanted everything to be like unique and one of a kind, and like just a lot of fun. So.
Oh, so okay. Now tell me. I know you're a Baltimore school teacher. You're a Baltimore school art teacher, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do your students think about this newfound fame that you have?
So, like, I teach at Hazelwood Elementary and Middle, and like I would see it on Instagram. Like my students would share it, and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know y'all liked me that much. And like just over the summer in general, they've been like more into like, I guess, like the things that I'm wearing and making and things. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. So what inspires you about Baltimore? What inspires your fashion in Baltimore?
I mean, Baltimore is home, and I feel like it's home to a lot of like very, very creative people. And like, it's just like this energy here that's like not like anywhere else. And so like just being downtown is just inspiring, and like just being around this city is just like, oh, this is home. Like, you know, like this is where I belong. This is where my fashion belongs. You know what I mean? Like, I try to like keep with that whole like everything I learned here, you know, like this is home.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, because every time I check your social media, you got something new happening. Okay, so what future projects do you have coming up? What's next?
I don't think anything is coming up right now, but at the same time, I can't remember everything. So like, it's always like 2 days before, like, oh my gosh, I gotta send this picture to the magazine. Like right now. It's chill. Like, I mean, I'm having a sale on my website, but like, that's pretty much it.
Well, you are a superstar, and we are so grateful that you took the time to be on the show today, Jordan.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Tiffany.
All right. So Tuesday started off beautiful, and it's only getting better. Meteorologist Ashley Kramlich is taking a look at the sunny day ahead.
Well, yes, Tiffany, it's been a beautiful start to the morning so far. There's a picture I took over the Patterson Park here in Baltimore. You can actually see the moon off in the distance. Lots of sunshine for today. It is going to be beautiful over the next several days, but I am tracking some changes. Let's talk about today. If you're planning on washing the car, a beautiful day to do so. Get outside, take your car to the car wash. Temperatures over the next several hours will warm back up into the low 70s, lots of sunshine all around. Heading into the next several days, we'll actually warm up to the low 80s for our Wednesday, and then we're back in the 70s as we end out the week. But I want to take you down to the tropics because we are watching Hurricane Delta, and the latest update coming within the past several minutes. National Hurricane Center has now found that this storm has rapidly intensified into a Category 4 hurricane, winds of 130 miles per hour, but gusting as high as 140. This is going to be devastating for the Yucatan Peninsula. Cancun likely to see the brunt of the storm as it remains a Category 4 later on early tomorrow morning, making landfall, and then it's going to make its way into the Gulf of Mexico and will potentially make landfall somewhere along the central Gulf Coast as a hurricane. Could be a Category 1 hurricane. Spaghetti plot models really have this making landfall sometime late Friday night into early Saturday morning. Looking likely anywhere between Galveston, Texas, all the way to the Florida Panhandle is up for grabs for where this storm can make landfall. And then our impacts, well, this could be tracking to the northeast heading into the beginning of next week. So that's when I think we could see some rain return from this. Overall, though, the next several days, it's going to be a dry stretch, a nice dry stretch with lots of sunshine all the way through Friday. A small chance for a few showers on Saturday, and then it's really heading into later portions of the weekend and into the beginning of next week when we will really up those rain chances.
And it's Tea Spilling Tuesday, and we got some piping hot tea to spill today. Let's get started with Whitney Houston. So Whitney Houston's estate says her three-dimensional likeness was used in a hologram without their permission. Now, when it was shown during Scott Storch's variety show, according to TMZ, it made her estate very upset. Now the company who created the hologram and Scott Storch could be facing legal issues. Whitney's estate initially pulled the plug on the hologram because they didn't like the hologram's look and they did not like the quality. Big drama there. However, I didn't think the hologram looked that bad though. But you know, it's up to them to make that determination, unfortunately. Moving on, Nene Leakes is revealing that she is leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she says she was fired or pushed out, actually. She opened up about her exit in an interview with Extra. And she said, it's been so hard and I have made the very hard decision to, not be a part of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13. And she said it was not an easy decision. Nene says they were only offering her, get this, appearances in 6 episodes of season 13, which is pitiful because she is the show. Nene is the show. She brings the drama. She's the diva of the hour, okay? Andy Cohen described Nene Leakes as icon of the genre. So that is, what are we gonna do without Nene? She's the main character. Okay, moving on. Dolly Parton, she came out with some really big news recently. She says she's in talks to pose for Playboy magazine because she wants to celebrate her 75th birthday. Now, she posed for Playboy before when she was younger, so her doing it now would just be a recreation of what she did before. But you know what? She's 75, she's young, she's looking good. Go ahead, Dolly, do what you gotta do. Lastly, major congrats to Waka Flocka Flame. He received an honorary doctorate degree in philanthropy and humanitarianism. It's from the Bible Institute of America Theological Seminary for his work with suicide prevention and mental health awareness when he lost a brother to suicide. Now that's it for the tea for today. Now you go sip on all that tea, Baltimore, okay? Next up, and we want you to tell it, do you think Maryland should have witnesses sign the ballot? Time is running out to submit your response. Welcome back. We have a second cup of tea for you. Mariah Carey says she did not have a physical relationship with her ex-billionaire and businessman, James Packer, in her new book. But in the book, she said she did have an affair with former Yankees player, I'm a Yankees fan, Derek Jeter. Okay. So the meaning of Mariah Carey, the book is already out, and it sounds like some piping hot tea. I'm telling you guys. Also, in South Carolina, it's now required to have an eyewitness to sign your vote by mail ballot. The Supreme Court yesterday reinstated the requirement for November's election. Democrats hope to put the requirement on hold due to the pandemic. Voters have already started returning their ballots, though. The court ruled if any ballots cast before the court's action may not be rejected. So we wanted you to tell it. Do you think Maryland should have witnesses sign the ballot? Here's what you said. Ooh, it looks like 67% say, don't look, okay? I love it, I love it, I love it. And we've got a great show lined up for tomorrow. The Masked Singer and I Can See Your Voices, all new. We're talking with the host, Ken Jeong, and take a look at why you need to be watching the new show.
Find out how to have your business featured on BMORE Lifestyle. Email us at bmorelifestyletv@foxbaltimore.com.
Oh, Baltimore, I had a great time with you guys today. We got to talk to Jordan Mathews, local teacher, fashion designer, which is fantastic. And we had some other great guests today. Baltimore, as usual, thank you for inviting us into your home. I want you to remember to live, laugh, and love. Stay strong, Baltimore. We'll see you tomorrow.